Hey, what's up? Just a minute. Thanks, and everyone please consider subscribing. Just if you hate this music and you don't want it to succeed, then please don't subscribe. And to those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. you so much, Baxter. That's sweet. The algorithm actually like delivered just what was up your alley. That's sweet. Alright. Baxter and other people, please understand if you subscribe. So if you subscribe, it helps everyone. It helps you guys get more of this music, and it helps me get that dopamine of like, oh, I'm putting time into this and the channel is growing. Obviously, I find it enjoyable to just connect and play for people. You know what I mean. Thank you. Thanks, brother. usually play that in a scale with a natural 2, and I was trying that out in a flat 2. Oh, story time, hold on. Yeah, so I'll give you a really quick rundown. I think you'll understand as a guitarist. So, first musician I was really into was Eminem. I felt like I was late to rock, even though I was just in middle school when I started getting into it. Listen to like the Strokes, listen to like ska, listen to like Chili Peppers. In college when I was trying to get good at guitar, I was taking some music classes. I majored in music and in physics, but I was also just kind of copying my, at the time, guitar hero, who was John Frusciante, and was very like he was espousing not learning so much theory, and he was espousing just like trusting and playing. So anyway, so I was just like doing more of a devotional approach where I just listen to records and try to play them with my eyes closed with as much feeling and like in the momentness as I could. Like try to see how much you can feel the feelings you feel when you hear the record, even more when you play it, and just see how intense you could feel it. And then I would just jam with people and just like kind of like just trust like that if I feel a strong feeling, my hands and my mind will just try to play whatever is gonna like allow the strongest feeling to go through. So I'd kind of like play super intense. I mean, that's what other people said, like they're like, whoa, it's guitar. But I was in college, I didn't understand like interpersonal dynamics. So I like I don't know, I'd play and people would get high and I would not get high and I'd play guitar and they'd be like, whoa man, that's so cool, like, but like it wouldn't go anywhere because they'd just be like, I don't know, like I was super dedicated to the music and they'd be like, this is so cool, like wow, we get famous, you know what I mean? But then like they just wouldn't listen to me because they were still kind of in it for the ego, so they would probably actually prefer to be with like whoever was cool, even if they weren't so devoted to music or whatever. So basically like I put a lot of energy into guitar that way, and I found it didn't pay off. And then I went to some jams and stuff like that, and I found that like there's like a hierarchy, like the guy who leads the jam at the end of the day, if he doesn't want, once his ego starts to feel like, oh, this guy is getting more attention, he might just be like, all right, like shut up, like this is really great, but you need to like be in your place. So I didn't really fit in or get accepted by people who liked classic rock and who liked rock, because I felt like I was coming at it with a pure heart and I wasn't like playing the chess game of like, you know, but I was also too keen, like I didn't want to get used by someone who's gonna like, you know, put their words on it and then just have you be their musician. Like I tried it a couple times, but I was keen, I could sense like, oh, they think you're good at guitar, but they're just like, I don't know, it just felt like they weren't like deferring to the music, they wanted to just kind of, anyway, I just didn't understand how to like not only be a good musician, but also be a good band leader. So I had a good band with my friend because he was super close to me, but when he moved out of the city, that fell apart. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. So I did acoustic guitar for a while, and I was just writing songs and like singing them on my own, and I found like, wow, you can go way faster that way because you can just, you know, you're not waiting on anyone else. You're not like, are you guys free? You just make your own moves yourself. And then I just get into busking through that because it's the same thing. It's like I'm not going to wait till all these guys are here and they feel like we have a cool enough image that like now we can do it. I can just go up to businesses, be like, hey, can I play? Hey, can I play? Some people said yes. Indian place said yes. I was starting to see through John Frusciante, who was also doing a lot of drugs, even after he wasn't doing hard drugs, he still was smoking weed and stuff. So his thought process wasn't super clear, and I think that led to him wanting to be lazy and not learn theory. So at this point I started realizing like, no, you do want to know theory. These guys are pretending not to know it, but they know more of it than they're saying. So I started like wanting to learn how to play the scales, not just in one place, but play them fluidly up and down the neck. And then I just naturally found that boring because I used to do the scale thing of like the metronome, and that sucked. So I'd just be playing around in a scale across the whole fretboard, and I found naturally just droning the low E made it fun. So I'd just be like, you know, I mean that's how I play now, but it's some rudimentary version of that. And I was like, oh, this is fun. Like when I do this, I'm learning and I'm also having fun, and I can do this on my own. So you know, it's fun to play with people when they're down to do it, but if not, I can just keep, you know, nothing's stopping me. So it's like, wow, practice is play, and things are coming together. This is like 8 years ago. So I was also busting with singing songs and doing that, and then I just started realizing that like the whole like write a song, write lyrics to it, and then like months later you want to change some of the words because you're in a different place, and then it's like, when's the song ever done? And then like have to produce it, and then kind of like no one cares and whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm just using an app. I don't make backing tracks. Anyway, so like I don't know, it came me two things. Like I was doing this drone improvising thing, and I was doing that at restaurants and stuff like that. And then also I was like songwriting and kind of like still harboring like, what if I led like a traditional rock kind of band and stuff. And I just found that like, oh, like the rock kind of thing, like nothing wrong with it, like, but it's just, there's a lot, typically I'd say 99% of cases there's ego tied with it. It's like we want to look cool so girls like us, we want to look cool so that people are looking at us. We're not going to say that's what we're doing, it's because we love music and you love music, brother. But like if I feel like you're kind of weird or you're taking risks in your playing that might, you know, risk looking weird at the expense of doing something musically better, but like I can just play, you know, all the covers everyone likes and kind of be like, yeah, I like the same bands as you like, and get the social acceptance from that. And I found a lot of musicians were like that. Unfortunately, I don't know, I'm not saying they're all like that, but I'm not saying I went through like hundreds of musicians, but I had like a few groups like briefly, or just I was playing with people a couple of times still trying to do the traditional thing, and I found that like they just like kind of didn't want to listen to me, you know, if they're like a drummer, they kind of wouldn't practice, or they just think like, oh, I just get to weigh my opinion on the songs and like not put anything in, and you're like dedicating your whole life to this, and but we're equal, so you have to like, I don't know, I just like kind of like, screw this, you know, like I don't need you, you know, like you know, so like I wasn't gonna like compromise. I'm not saying like I wouldn't never play with a drummer, but I just say that like I just like got fed up with like, just for the sake of having a group or the sake of doing things the regular way, of like putting up with people's like BS. I'm sure you know, it's like you're in a relationship with someone, you know, they think you're getting what you want from me, so you have to put up with my crap. It's like to an extent, but I just wasn't really willing to the extent that most people. So I just kept doing this, and then eventually I'm like, oh, even if you want to play anything in any moment, you're basically limited to a subset of choosing from like around 5 to 8 or 5 to 9 things in a second, because our minds are that way. Even if like a universal like God or something like that could be improvising with like, oh thanks, I mean, I don't want to get ego about being pure, but thank you. You know, if like, even if like a God or some superior being could be like improvising with like a subset of like 10 or 12, I just realized our physical aspect of our minds limits us. I think there's psychology of like sales that I saw after I found this out. It's like, oh, that corroborates this, of like, give the customer, you know, up to like 7-ish choices or 8, but if you give them 10 choices of like kind of the same thing, it's like overwhelming. So basically like there's like a natural like reason for scales built into us, as opposed to just being like, oh, I'm going to play any one of the 12 notes at any time, because what if that's where the music takes me? It's like, well, our minds are designed at any moment to make a split-second intuitive judgment from like, you know, on the lower end it's fun around like 4 at the very minimum, 5 in the pentatonic scale, to up to about like 8 or maybe even 9 pushing it, right? So it's like, basically I realized like, oh, all right, from wanting to just be like, I'm inspired, I play whatever anytime, to be like, but like the limits of my mind mean that I'm gonna best do that with like 5 to 9. So I totally accepted that scales, like I completely accepted them, not just the basic ones I learned from years back, like I talked about. Anyway, this is a long story, but it's getting to here. So I'm like, all right, cool. So and you can see how I answered this way, because it's not like just any guitarist like most people. It's kind of like I had that phase, and then I kind of got out of it. I'm just like, oh, like kind of studying like what's the core of music, kind of like first principles stuff. So anyway, the way I see it now is just like, you're gonna want to be in a scale at any time, but it's like shifting gears, and I just want to understand like shifting between like scales. That's kind of where I'm at now. Like what are all the scales that I really like that feel musically fruitful to improvise in, and then like which ones, like if I'm in any given scale, are like the best ones to go to from that, not based on any like theory of like modulating because of the logic, not necessarily, but just by literally like trying them out and being like, oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's a really good way of putting it. So yeah, so I'm just like, now I'm kind of into like just shifting between scales over a drone, and just enjoying it. That's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah. All right. I guess the ego thing, I was just more trying to get at that, like, it's like to he who's given something, he gets more, and to he who doesn't have anything, they don't get it. So I just kind of started to see that, like, I don't know. I get feedback from, like, what you're saying. Like, I'll play to someone, they'll be like, I like this, and I'm like, oh, it's good. But I felt like a lot of musicians nowadays, especially with social media, the mindset has changed. I think when rock started, it was more like, hey, let's go play, and then things happen, and like, oh, they like it. Now it's kind of like people try to, like, suss you up based on, like, well, do you have, like, how many recordings you have, but not just that, but also just, like, how good you are at social media and stuff like that. Like, they're kind of more aware of this, like, the rapping before they actually test, like, the core, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Or, like, they seem very sensitive to that. Basically, like, they might, like, go and play with you and be like, wow, that went well, and the people liked it, like, and they're stoked about it. But then they go home and then, like, listen to, like, some demos or something, then they feel like, then all of a sudden they seem less, like, enthusiastic about continuing to do it, because they're like, like, I don't know if we have a good digital image, or, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I like to start with real life and build from there, but maybe that's just me. Like, I had made some recordings that are, like, I know they're not perfect, but it just, like, I think that's its own art itself. Like, to make a good recording, it's like its own skill set. So, like, while I might start doing that and learn that skill set and know, like, hey, these are baby steps, like, I can find the good in the recording, and I know on the whole it's, like, it's rough around the edges because I'm just starting. I felt like I was playing with some musicians who, when I'd show them this, then after they'd seen that, they'd, like, visibly be, like, less enthusiastic, or they'd start, like, being, like, critical, and I'd just be like, I know it's not good. I think the live thing is where it is up to par, and the I'm gonna say it's not good, but I just be like, it's not, like, at the same level. But it's like, what do you expect? Do you think I'm gonna be, like, everything at the same time? I don't know. medium. Like I'm doing shorts on YouTube and I'm doing shorts on like Instagram, for example. It's the same stuff. And the ones on YouTube get like over 1,000 views and I get some subscribers from it. And on Instagram, I've literally lost followers since I started doing it. I've kept doing it though because I don't really care. So it's just like people like have expectations based on the medium and the format and the context, and they're not always conscious of these. So I feel like if I make like a studio album or something, it's like when you listen to a recording, you have this subconscious belief like, oh, that like the performer has like double checked this and tried to make it like perfect, like tried to make it very pleasing for me, and that they're like buying into this idea of like sanitizing it, if you want to call it that. And it's like, maybe that's right for that medium most of the time or whatever, but like that's not the same, and that's not the same as when someone's in real life playing before you. Not that they're not trying to make the best they can, but just that they're like, there's a forgiveness. It's like what if you lived your entire life thinking you're supposed to like entertain everyone in the same way that a movie entertains someone? It's like, that'd be ridiculous. Like you're not going about your daily day like just thinking like I must be like as like impeccable in all of my everything in the same way an actor is. It would be painful to try to do that. That's not how we live. So I don't know. I think a lot of people can tell the difference and switch between the modes, but I know that some performers feel like when they get like a certain perception of people that's from sanitized, if you want to call it that, recordings, that when they're on stage they're like afraid to look less than that, and that like some of their audience members kind of expect to kind of like hit play on the person and have come back to them what they've heard on the record. I don't know, something like this. It's not exactly though. I think it's okay. I think what really for me is that when I busk, I kind of like the mystery. You play to people who haven't heard you before, and because they don't know what to expect, and because of like quantum physics and like the observer effect, I think there's like a higher chance of something new coming through to you versus like if you play to people who have like listened to your record 3 times or 4 times and they've heard certain things they really like and they're kind of expecting and hoping you play these things. I think somehow that like increases the probability that when you're playing for them, you're gonna like repeat the past and have like less like fresh moments happening on stage where an entirely new idea like occurs to you and is instantiated, because like there's like more like mystery about it. I don't know how to get away from that though. It's like, how can you be famous enough to like have a really solid career but at the same time be mysterious, where when you play people are like, you know, their minds are in a state that somehow like through the energy of the performance allows for a lot of moments that are like just like as much of a surprise in a good way to you as they are for the audience. That's a good question, I think. Anyway, I'll keep playing. Yeah, there's some reverb on the end here. I used to want to do a delay. I have a nice delay, but I thought like it's an old school, very good sounding delay, and it doesn't have like a BPM on it. Anyway though, because I pretty much stare on a certain BPM, I'm thinking of introducing it. So if you want to check that out, I don't want to like make a promise to you and put the burden on me, but just so you know, that's in my mind as something I would like to do. So if you subscribe, McCall, there's a good chance that you'll catch that in a future thing. It would just take too much time to set it up right now. I'm not going to do that. But that is something I'd like to try and see how it sounds. Put the delay pedal. There is reverb on the amp. This is like basically a Princeton reverb I'm playing through. fun fact, I thought of people named Amy in the past couple days. I feel like I almost manifested you because there's a mantra, AIM. It's like the feminine version of Om, and it's supposed to be good for like intellectual things and the arts. And so I was like, oh, people named Amy, like their name carries that vibration. And here you are. I'll say like I have one professional recording I am proud of. If you care to check it out, it's on Bandcamp. So it's sounds like plural sounds transcendence.bandcamp.com. I think I kept it as that. I'm gonna double check real quick and make sure it's still at that URL. Yeah, that's it. It's there. It took a long time. It was kind of a painful process, to be honest. It wasn't as fun. I mean, it was fulfilling and rewarding and all those things, you know. But I find guitar playing, improvisation, to be those things without the pain. So anyway, just because I did like improvisational takes, but then just because I'm paying all this money, I want it to be good, you know, like I want it to sound when you listen to a record, like a good record, not just like, you know, not just like a good live performance that was recorded. So I did take the time to find the best moments that shine. So I just want to press play and get the best feelings. I feel like that's the point of a record for me. I don't know. At least I like these videos for sharing live performances, just documenting them. But I haven't gone through the painstaking process of paying hundreds of dollars and working with a studio guy to like make things like this that good. I don't know, if I just keep doing a bunch of these and maybe one of them is so good, I'll just be like, this one needs to get that treatment, but I don't know, blah blah blah. So yeah, it's just a peaceful mood. It's like the probably the most peaceful scale. It's pretty much just one scale, with like a lot of motifs that I like in it, and like I did choose the order very carefully. I like permuted all of them so many times to find like the exact order that like everything sounds good. But when you listen to it, it sounds like maybe it's just a guy playing. It doesn't sound like, I don't think you can tell that it's actually, you know, me using the studio as like a creative tool, even though that's what I did. So anyway, sounds.transcendence.com. Delighting Serenity is that track, and if you like it and you are commenting or something, let me know. It just took me like over a month to like do that one track, and like with like a couple hours of work every day, so I've been like shy to engage in that again because there's so many things to do. I need to go back up, I can't see. Oh, yeah. Whoop. Right, alright, so I'm not taking covers. Need to, sounds, it's sounds, and then O, and then transcendence. So sounds, O, transcendence, .bandcamp.com. That's where it is. Well, one more time, sounds.transcendence.bandcamp.com. The track that's done in studio, it's called Delighting Serenity. Appreciate it. Which lick? This is 16, 16, 17, and it's a clear scale, and the octave it, the lower octave it. That just 4 4 4 5. That's great. All right. quick reminder designed with your psychology in mind. If you hate this music, then please don't subscribe, don't like, and don't comment. Don't interact in any way, and you will achieve the end of having the biggest negative impact you can on this music, because even negative comments are good publicity. Whereas, if you have subscribed, then thank you very much. bass going down to the second. It sounds beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad that someone else has appreciated that and noticed that. There it is again. Yeah. In my live shows, I like playing in a restaurant, so I like touch on stuff like this and not go super into it for a long amount of time. So when I play, well, I mean these are live too, but I mean like at restaurants. So when I play from home here, I'm like, I get to indulge in this side of things more. And I find the deeper I go in this, then the brighter it is when I come out of it and go into something happy. just in a recording session? So you mean like just jamming the whole thing out, and then if there's an error, going back over it and just being like, all right, I'm gonna fix this one part and play the same thing I played, like, because it's all improvisational, so that would be like overdubs. Other than that, I've done like live things with a looper pedal, but I found that it kind of trapped my freedom because I'd kind of get stuck in the loop, so then I stopped using it as much. My last, I have 2 tracks worth of like recorded things that I haven't like put together and everything. I won't talk on it too much, but basically the process that I came to after the first one was like, kind of just like, yeah, there are these little motifs I'm definitely going to use in this track, so why don't I just like do a bunch of takes of them. Yeah, that's basically what I did. Even from the first one, I just like improvise a lot, and then later I'd be like, okay, like, let me like, I think what I started out was just, I like improvise for like 10 minutes-ish, at least. Oh, you mean like having in the final recording multiple like tracks? Only with voice. I haven't done it with guitar. That would be cool. I wouldn't be able to replicate that live, so that would be like if I were getting into recording more and just like enjoying it as an art. Before I did this kind of way of playing, I do that on my tracks, like on my songs, you know, like I do a song and just play like through a, what's it called, a whammy pedal to do like the bass, and then play the guitar rhythm, and then play like a solo over and sing, and I just recorded it all myself. So I guess I did that, but and I haven't really done that much with this kind of thing. I think that'd be fun. I have a lot on my plate though. Like that's why I haven't tried out a lot of, like, even songwriting. I still do enjoy it, but I have a lot of like some unfinished songs. Not a lot, just because like, I don't know. There's like all this business stuff to do, like treating music as a business, like make a website, gather testimonials, you know, message all these people, generate leads. So like, oh yeah. So like kind of like make it clear, like when you're listening to this recording, it's not going to be the same thing. It clearly won't. I like that frame, you know, like as a way of like making it clear this is something different. Let me know though, once you've listened to that track, you know, what you think of it. Oh, that, they're talking about this. Oh, thank you. Got it. So that feedback was kind of like, you listened to that and you're like, oh, what if you had done this? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a lot of fun, to be honest. I don't know, man. Like I'm not going to rattle off what things on my to-do list. I heard that saying that actually lowers the chances of getting them done, but if I don't act on someone suggests a good idea, like that other guy suggested that play with the delay pedal, it's like, I'll do that, probably. You know, it's like another fun thing. I guess I've stopped doing things that just seem like just fun, and I'm sticking to things that I feel super passionate about that seem like the very essence of what I do live in person. Because I don't know, I'm starting to get at that point in my life. You seem pretty wise, you probably got into it too, where you realize like I'm only gonna do so many things, so I have to like really just focus on the things that like are so clear to me as the closest thing to my heart, right? And that means that there are a lot of things that are really cool that I would like to do in theory that I'm not gonna do. Great minds think alike. I don't really have to. I already am using lighter gauge strings, so even down as low down as my low E string, things are lighter. So I do use like pretty much the same on the 2 string because those are light enough. What, like 10 and 13, I think it is. But then I think from there on down, I think in varying degrees, so like it's gradually lighter. First of all, it's the same, and then as you go down, it's like gradually lighter, and then it's like significantly lighter down to the low strings. There's really no need to like have super heavy strings on your guitar. There just isn't. Like that's my opinion. That's my experience. When they're lighter, they're more bendy, and I'm all about the bendiness. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, it's nicer, right? You like it, right? Keep that in mind. I'm considering building a new guitar. If you have any recordings of that, or a video, professional or otherwise, link into it, like of you doing it, playing that guitar. Sounds like you're doing like improvisation over a drum too, so I'm sure it's something that's like in the same similar genre to what my ear kind of guides me towards. Probably sounding kind of like a sitar, right? With like the high, very high strings, like resonating over a drum. By the way, if I've ever seen awkward talk in here, it's one thing is I can't see anyone, so I can never see their facial expressions. You know, like it's a new skill, kind of interacting with people on live streams. I've just been doing this a few months. I'm trying my best. yeah, people are just different that way. Yeah, I've like learned about astrology too, and at least from what I've seen, it kind of makes sense that I'm more like someone who likes to do things just go do it than someone who's like wants to kind of like do more of refining. I like to refine things to maximize my chances of be able to just go do it, like spontaneously. That's where I like to refine things. I don't like to refine so much the fruits of my actions. kind of abrupt ending there. I saw it was 10 o'clock, which is when I told my neighbors I won't keep playing at a, you know, significant volume. So it's like, all right, time to end this. I like when it ends without any pressure, but it is what it is. Thanks for chilling with me, Lee. I was especially, anyone else too, but you know, it's good playing for you. I can tell that you're a good musician, but you're having a good conversation. You're noticing things that I noticed that pretty much no one ever mentions. They're usually just in my mind. And then he left, and I was like, oh, is he checking out the music, or I don't know what's going on? And then he came back, so it's good. Yeah, thank you. To everyone else out there, here's my quick thing tailored to our psychology. Love it or hate it, this is how we're built. If you hate the music, then please don't subscribe. And to everyone who subscribed, it means a lot. Thank you very much. All right. Look forward to playing for you again. You too. Thanks.